wonderful scientists. It's another basic science class with Miss Andres. You are welcome, and I trust you are excited for a fun learning session because today's class promises to be very interesting and fun. And before we start, make sure you have the following. You must make sure you have your notebooks, your biro or your pencil or anything you'll be using to write. So the first thing we'll be starting with is lever. What is a lever? A lever is a simple machine that is used for doing different things. So different things like what? A lever can be used to move heavy objects. A lever can be used to cut materials. A lever can be used to move anything. We'll be looking at the components of a lever. What did I say? The components of a lever. Now, a lever is made up of 3 components. How many components? 3 components. A lever is made of load, effort, fulcrum, or the pivot. Repeat after me. Load, effort, fulcrum, or pivot. So what is a load? This is the weight of objects to be moved or carried. So the object to be moved or carried is known as the load, and it is also the force to be overcome by effort. Now the next is effort. What is an effort? This is the force applied at one end of the lever to move or lift the load. So the force applied at the end of the lever to move or lift the load is known as an effort. Beautiful. So the last is the fulcrum or the pivot. So what is the fulcrum or pivot? So this is the turning or rotational part of a lever. So the turning or the rotational part of a lever is known as the fulcrum. So next we'll be looking at the classes of lever. Repeat after me. Classes of lever. The lever has 3 classes. How many classes? 3 classes. So we have the first class lever, we have the second class lever, and we have the third class lever. You watch the video for more information and explanation of the classes of lever. Happy viewing!
A lever is a simple machine, and they are the basis of many tools in and around your house and work. Levers are also found in the human body. The way a lever works is that a force is applied at a point, which moves a load at another point through a balance point called the fulcrum. It's the position of these 3 points, the force, the load, and the fulcrum, that distinguishes the type of class of lever. There are 3 classes of levers: first, second, and third. With a first class lever, the fulcrum is in the middle and the force is on one side and the load is on the opposite end, much like this seesaw. Other examples include scissors. Here's the force, the fulcrum, and the load, and pliers. Second class levers have the load between the force and the fulcrum. For example, with this wheelbarrow, here's the force, the fulcrum, and the load. A nutcracker is an example, and a stapler. A third class lever has the fulcrum on one end, the force in the middle, and the load on the other end. For example, with this hockey stick, this rake is a third class lever, and a hammer. Here's the fulcrum, the force, and the load. Now let's take a look at this easy mnemonic device to help you remember the different class levers. First, you write out FLE, kind of like you're fleeing from someone chasing you with a lever. Next, underneath, write 1, 2, 3. The letters stand for fulcrum, load, and effort, and tells you what's in the middle. The 1, 2, 3 is the type of class lever. So with the first class lever, the 1 is under the F, so a first class lever has the fulcrum in the middle. A second class lever is under the L, so a second class lever has a load in the middle, and the third class lever, which lines up with the E, has the effort in the middle.
Last week, Neeta visited the Lido Dental Museum. The museum was like the inside of a human mouth with many amazing displays of different types of teeth. But the section that attracted her attention the most was the one about the parts of the teeth. Neeta had always believed that teeth are completely white, inside and out. But this model wasn't like that at all. Curious to learn more, she scrolled the digital screen near the display, and this is what she learned about the different parts of teeth. The two main parts of a tooth are the crown and the root. The crown is the white part of the tooth that we can see. The root lies unseen below the gum line. Each tooth is made up of three parts. They are the enamel, dentine, and pulp. The enamel is the hardest part of our body, even stronger than bones. It covers the crown like a helmet and protects the tooth from the wear and tear of everyday use. Dentine is the softer layer that supports the enamel. Under the dentine lies the pulp. This is the soft part in the center of the tooth that has the blood vessels and the nerves. Neeta was so amazed to know that a small thing like a tooth can be made up of so many parts. It's all these parts that give us a healthy and beautiful smile.
On average, children have 20 teeth. Adults have 32 teeth. Teeth are very important, and we use them for cutting and chewing our food. Teeth also help us with our speech. Our teeth are different shapes and sizes. The reason for this is because they have different functions. There are 4 types of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars, molars. Incisors. We have 8 incisors, 4 on the top jaw and 4 on the bottom jaw. They are at the front. Incisors have a flat head. They're used to bite into food and cut it into smaller pieces. Next to the incisors, on each side, are canines. We have 4 canines, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Canines are pointed and sharper than incisors. Canines are used to tear and rip tough food, for example, meat. Next to the canines on each side are the premolars. We have 8 premolars, 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. These are broad teeth used to crush and tear food. Next to the premolars are molars. We have 12 in total, 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom jaw. These are broader than premolars and are used to crush and grind food.
Our teeth are one of the strongest parts of our body. They are made from proteins such as collagen and minerals such as calcium. In addition to helping us chew through even the toughest foods, they also help us speak clearly. Most adults have 32 teeth, called permanent or secondary teeth, 8 incisors, 4 canines, also called cuspids, 8 premolars, also called bicuspids, 12 molars, including 4 wisdom teeth, whereas children have 20 teeth. All 8 of our incisor teeth are located in the front part of our mouth. We have 4 of them in our upper jaw and 4 in our lower jaw. They have sharp edges that help us bite into food. Whenever we sink our teeth into something, such as an apple, we use our incisor teeth. The very first teeth we grow are incisors, appearing when we are around 6 months old. Canines are 4 teeth which sit next to the incisors. We have 2 canines at the top of our mouth and 2 on the bottom. Canines have a sharp, pointy surface for tearing food. Canines are also called cuspids. Premolars are 8 in number and sit next to your canines. There are 4 premolars on top and 4 on the bottom. Premolars are bigger than canines and incisors. They have a flat surface with ridges for crushing and grinding food into smaller pieces to make it easier to swallow. Baby molar teeth are replaced by adult premolars. Infants and young children do not have premolars because these teeth do not start to come in until around age 10. Molars are 12 in number and are our biggest and strongest teeth. We have 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom. The large surface area of your molars helps them grind up food. When you eat, your tongue pushes food to the back of your mouth. Then, your molars break up the food into pieces small enough for you to swallow. The molars include 4 wisdom teeth, which are the last set of teeth to come in. Wisdom teeth are also called third molars. They usually come in between the ages of 17 and 25. Not everyone has enough room in their mouth for this last group of teeth. Sometimes the wisdom teeth are impacted, meaning they are stuck under the gums. This means they do not have enough space to grow. If you do not have room for your wisdom teeth, you'll likely have to have them removed. Can you recall?
Thank you for watching. Do not forget to attempt your quiz and of course do your assignments. See you in class. Bye.